Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Misty at Skeeter Jones and this is this week's things. This week I'm bringing to you a mystery lot from Maryland at Shady NY. I got this maybe about a month ago. I don't remember exactly when. I ordered it. The date on the tracking is September 22nd. So that's when it got mailed to me from Maryland. And so I'm going to open it up today. I don't even remember if it was a craft lot I ordered or what. Oh, actually I do remember now. Marilyn had a special in September where she was offering up these little just mixed lots, I think just as clearance, things that had not sold for her. So she just put them into lots and sold them that way. And I believe I bought 2 of those and they're both in here. So that's what that is. So anyway, I'm going to open this up and go through all the pieces, offer things up for sale for about half of what I would list them for on eBay if they don't sell here on YouTube. And so we'll jump right into it after I let you know that if there's anything in here that catches your eye that you would like to have, just contact me, skeeterjonesthings@gmail. We will work it out there, and I do invoice through PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account in order to pay or purchase from me. And so I think that's about it. Oh, I do offer monthly shipping. So the first time you purchase from me in a month, you can have it shipped to you ASAP, which usually means within 48 hours. Or you can ask me to hold it for monthly shipping if you think you might buy some more during the rest of the month. And what that means is I'll just hang on to it. And then this month in October, it'll be the 30th and 31st. I'll take all of the October purchases for everybody who wanted monthly shipping and send it all at one time for one shipping cost. And you can save a little bit of money on shipping that way. So now that I've gotten all of the housekeeping out of the way, let's go camera down and I will show you the things that I got from Maryland. So here is the package. I'm going to cover up the label just because I forgot to mark it out with a Sharpie. This is it here, so we will cut into it and get first looks together. And I'm trying to be as gingerly as I can right here so that I don't damage anything inside. So there we go. I think I can just tear it maybe the rest of the way. We'll see, maybe not. But at least now I know that I'm not cutting into the items in the package. There we go. So we have one lot, and thank you for your order. If you made our day, we hope we make yours. If you have any questions, contact us. We would love to hear from you. And this is the card that Marilyn always includes. Here's a bag of craft. Enjoy. I hope you find something to mystify. Marilyn actually I forgot all about that. Marilyn had come up with that, saying that when I turn a piece into something else, I've mystified it. So, and I think I had some communication with her where I said I was going to start using that, and then I totally forgot. So maybe I can mystify some of these things. So I bought these 2 lots right here, and it looks like Marilyn gifted me some craft, which is amazing. I love craft. I love it. Actually, I had a little bit of craft in the last week's video that I promised to show you and just never did. I'm going to have a different video with this craft that Marilyn sent, and I'm going to have to do a different video also for the craft that came with the package I got last week from Jeanette. And actually, here is something that has been mystified. I was going to show it to you today anyway, but I forgot all about the terminology until just now. This used to be part of a stretchy bracelet, and I've cleaned it up. It's a little silver tone with an acrylic kind of topaz colored stone. And this is silver tone chain here, and I have, it's just a little piece of chain I had, so I put a lobster clasp and a little extender on it and put rings through these little things that the elastic used to go through. Put rings through that to attach it to the chain and made a bracelet. And this is for sale, and I am offering this up for $4. And I'll just go ahead actually and just let that be item 1, which means I've got to put it in a little bag so I don't lose track of it. So here it is. And if you need a size on it, let me go grab my mandrel. It always helps when I bring my little tray of helps with me. Okay, the smallest it will go is well, it helps if I can get the if I can make my fingers work. The smallest it will go is about a 6 3/4, and then I have a little bit of an extender on it, which gives it roughly about another inch, I think. Exactly another inch, about 7 3/4, if you use the extender. So that is our item number 1, this little bracelet that I upcycled, or I mystified. So I'm glad Marilyn remembered that and put it on that card, because I totally had forgotten. So this one's going to be item number 1, even though it's not part of the lot. Oh, and here I was plagued with bad pins last week, and it looks like I am again. And $4 for this. There we go. And I'm going to have to go and get a different pen. So there we go for item 1. I'll be right back. I think this one gave me the best luck last week. So let's go through this one first. If you don't know Marilyn's channel already, you should definitely go check it out. She is a huge authority on all things jewelry, and she shows unboxing. She does like a thread up 15-piece versus estate auction hauls. She'll do all kinds of things like that, and just everything jewelry, and she is very, very knowledgeable. These are plastic beads. So this is a religious necklace, or maybe a little rosary. It has some letters on the back. OL, or probably Our Lady RM. But little, probably a child's rosary. I was forgetting the word there. I'll put all of the children's items aside and put those together in a lot. And here is sort of a rosy gold tone, maybe a bronze tone necklace. It has a little bit of wear to it. So these little triangle designs. I'll clean this one up in the ultrasonic cleaner. So these pendants are about 2 inches long and about 1 inch across. There's the design on those, and it does show some wear. That's dirt right there. So this will clean up, but like right here, there's tone loss. So actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this in a craft lot. Okay, here it is. This is really pretty. This is a piece of shell. It has that look of the black lip mussel, has that kind of look to it. And this, is this a stone? Yeah, it's not super cold. Okay, this is NY, which I believe is like Jones, New York. I think that's what that is. And it has a tag on it. Retailed originally for $9.99, or this was a thrift store tag, I think, for $9.99. So this is very pretty. It's about 2 inches across. This piece of shell, very polished, very pretty. It has nice iridescence on it. A lot of the color isn't showing through. There's a lot of pinks and greens and blues showing up on there. And I don't know what kind of stone this is. It is a stone. It doesn't. It's not acrylic, but it's not super cold. So let's measure it. I like the look of this one. Let's see. Well, it's already out on the extender. Let's shorten it so you can get a measurement without the extender. So without the extender, the drop is about 7.5 inches, and yes, about 2 inches on the pendant, 2 inches across. About a 7.5 inch drop, and then you have about a 2 inch extender, it looks like, which adds another 1 inch to the length. And that is correct, about an 8.5 inch drop. It's really pretty. Here's an up close look. Maybe this is some kind of volcanic rock, I think, but it's not really porous. So I'm not sure what that would be. This is a beautiful, beautiful necklace. It doesn't have any information on it other than the hang tag right there. And I last tried to sell that for $9.99. We will do that one for, I'll go ahead and just make that one $4 also. Number 2 for $4. This one's really beautiful. And you know, a lot of people only do shell jewelry, like anything that can be associated with the ocean or the beach during the summertime, but these are great fall and winter colors that can definitely be worn during the cooler months also. Okay, this is stuck together. There we go. This is threaded together. That needs to be flattened out a little bit. So it's this black tone. There's a little bit of wear on the tone right there. So you can see the sort of silvery underneath. And it shows, like right there, it shows a little bit around this coil that goes around the edges. And then there's 2 tones of purple thread in the center. 3 tones, actually. And those are nice. We'll just do these for $1. They are, well, let's do it from the top of the earring hook. From the top of the hook to the bottom of the earring, about 3.5 inches. And you have these coils that go around these teardrop shapes. And again, 3 tones of purple. And you have a black tone with a little bit of the silver base metal peeking through. There's some wear on the tone that's on the outside. And that is those. And we will do those for $1. Number 3. Got some interesting items here. Next week's things will be all handmade pieces. And some of those, some pieces I'm actually going to go ahead and show in shorts this week. Okay, this is a snail chain, and maybe for glasses, I suppose. It just has these hooks on both ends. And then some really nice silver toned snail chain. And I am always needing chain, so I'm actually going to put this aside into my craft supplies. And I've always looking for chain. Now that's interesting. This is a stone of some kind. Wire wrap, looks like brass wire maybe. It's poking off the back right there. That can snag your clothes. And a faux leather. Is leather or faux leather? Yeah, this is a faux leather cord that it's on. But what I'm really looking at is this wrapping here. That's going to poke somebody or snag their clothes. So I'm going to actually craft that out. They were selling this originally. Oh, I thought I had a tag, but that's something else. So yeah, I'm going to craft this out just because that little piece of wire, I'm not comfortable selling that to somebody. Okay, here is, I had a bracelet similar to this that came through. This is heavy. I don't see any kind of mark on it, but I wonder, it doesn't feel cheap. This feels like quality. That looks like brushed stainless steel and this sort of laminated geometric colorful design. That's really pretty. I'm going to Google Lens that and see what shows up. So I was really shocked when I first saw this when I Google Lens that. But of course, this is not Hermes. This is possibly a Tommy Bahama. Where did I see it? Somewhere in these results. There it that says Hermes also. Right there. That one looks like this, and it says it's Tommy Bahama. So I'm thinking that might be what this one is. There's no mark on it at all. So let's see what it's going for on eBay UK. $24. Oh, and that's not really ours because that one has that little branding right there on it. So I don't really know what this is. The design looks just like the Tommy Bahama one, but there's no mark on it. And it's got some heft to it. It is quality. But unfortunately, no one gets credit for that. And as a result, that means someone gets probably a really good deal. So the size on it is about 8 1/4 to 8 1/2. Your colors are yellow, like this pale yellow, purple, orange, this turquoise blue, green. And it's just a geometric design. That's what it looks like on. And that's not silver tone. That looks like stainless. It looks like maybe there's a mark in here. Oh no, that's not a mark. So let's see, I don't really know what that would go for on eBay. Not knowing what it is, I would probably list it maybe at about $10 because it does feel like nice quality. So I'll offer it up here for $5. And we're on number 4 for $5. And yes, this Sharpie is doing much better. And I think this bracelet is not going to fit in this bag. Maybe it will. That would have been really great if this was Hermes. Okay, I'm going off camera to finagle this into the bag. Or, no, there it goes. There we go. Number 4 for $5. The geometric multicolored bracelet. Okay, these earrings are just little starfish, really cute. They were being sold for $9.99. We will do these for $3. They are about an inch long. From the top of that arm to the bottom of that arm is about an inch. They're gold tone. You can see texture on them. And then on the back, kind of plain on the back. And then the gold tone on the earring hooks actually looks pretty new. They're in really great shape. But we'll do those, what did I say, 3? I'll do those actually for 2. Number 5 for $2. Little starfish earrings. And those are super cute. And here's an iridescent necklace. And it was also going for $9.99 at this thrift store that these were at, which this does look like a thrift store tag. I guess $9.99 just must be their standard price for jewelry. So this is all acrylic, and it looks like it's got this holographic foil layer inside. And then the other ones are this sort of translucent purple, and that can use a bath, which I'll give that a good bath in the ultrasonic. And then these little hammered gold tone links in between. See, there is a, oh, this is Swarovski. There's the little Swarovski swan right there, a little tiny crystal. And it looks, the gold tone on this is in really, really good shape. It looks new. Like I look on the lobster clasp, because that's the first place, you know, the more significant wear would show up, because that's what gets handled the most. So that's beautiful. And it's a Swarovski. It's all acrylic. Let's see, where's my tape measure? Where it is now, the drop on it is 7 inches. And the extender is about 3 inches. There are the colors, which are showing up pretty good, except it's kind of hard for this foil to come across. That's what that looks like. It's sort of holographic, semi-translucent. You can see like that through it a little bit. And it's sort of like a golden, a peachy golden, rosy color. And then all of the, and it's faceted. And then all the purple ones are also faceted. And then the little gold tone squares. And this is different for me for a Swarovski piece to be made of all acrylic and gold tone. They were offering it for $9.99. I will do it for $5. Number 6. This is really pretty, and these are nice fall colors. Sort of this aubergine purple with the sunset yellows and rosies and peaches. There we go. And speaking of fall colors, this is a pretty green. Well, I'm going to craft these out just because of the same thing. The wire is, you know, loose right there. I don't want to send that to somebody. And I'll just put those in a craft lot. This is the little seeds, and there's something, some Asian script right there. And it's elastic. And I cannot remember the name of these little seeds. Oh, there's more of the Asian script. 1, 2, 3. 3 of those on that one bead. And I'll actually put this with the children's and craft. And here's a little angel lapel pin. I don't know what you call these kind of clasps. And it says something on it right there. Let's see what that says. It's kind of hard for me to make out. Balloon, BALLOREQD. So something required. I don't really know what that means. But a little angel lapel pin. And we'll do that one for, I'll just do that one for $1. Number 7. If we get through this with enough time left over, I'll show some of my craft pieces that are going to be in the next video. I'll go ahead and pull out a few more of those, besides the bracelet I showed for number 1. Okay, this was $5.99 earrings. Oh, that's cool. So these are like chainmail with these gunmetal colored faceted beads hanging off the bottom. Those are cool. So I think you know what's coming. Here comes the silicone ear. I'm going to show you what that would look like when you wear it. There we go. And that's what that would look like on. Those are really cool. I like the chainmail effect, or not effect, but it's actually some chainmail. Then with these silver tone gunmetal colored faceted beads hanging off the bottom. Those have a lot of movement to them, and they're just really, really cool looking. So let's see what these were being offered up for. They were doing these for $5.99, so we'll do these for $3. And they will be number 8. So we're getting through this little lot pretty quick. Okay, now this one is neat. I like this already for craft elements. I love getting metal, like chain fringes for craft elements. I've already marked on my nail, which it's time to do my nails anyway, but tomorrow is Ceramic Studio Day. And I think everybody's heard me say enough times that I always wait until after Ceramic Studio Day to do my nails. Okay, this is open. Last week's video had an open necklace, really is the only thing I could think to call it. And this one's kind of open too, but honestly, I like the chain for other things, and I like these tassels for other things. So I'm going to turn those into other things. These are cool. Look at these. They have weight to them. Again, these feel like quality also. That is faux leather with a green leopard print kind of design. About 2.5 inches, across, 2.5 inches across. Gold tone hoops. I don't see any branding. And it's this kind of back. Those are really pretty. And here comes the ear. And that is how that would look on. So they're a faux leather with a black, green, and sort of a golden brown leopard spot with gold tone. And this leatherback closure right there. They're not super heavy, but they have some weight to them. They definitely feel like quality, but there's not a maker's mark on those. So I'll do those for $4. Remember, just contact me, skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, if you're interested in anything. And let me know if you want ASAP shipping or if you want monthly shipping. And then I'll just add, if you do monthly shipping, I'll just add to your package every time you buy something. You'll pay for shipping the first, with your first purchase, and then no more shipping will be charged for the rest of the month unless your package weight goes over a pound. And in that case, I'll add $2, and then no more will be added for shipping unless your package goes over 5 pounds. And I actually have only had that happen once so far. These have hairspray and stuff on these little acrylic beads. Let's see. These are faux pearls and little faceted acrylic beads. And those hooks look a little suspicious. Suspicious for silver. No, but they're not. There's some copper on that scratch. So I'm going to actually craft those out. Then let's take a look at these little geometric earrings. These are cute. Look at these. Little circles, triangles, and squares. Black enamel on a light gold tone. And that gold tone is in really nice condition. And those are really cute. They are about 1 inch and 3/4 maybe long. And this is what they look like on the ear. Those are really, really cute. So they're articulated. Let's put some backs on those. Well, all the silver tone keeps coming out. I need some, probably gold tone or silver tone would go, just because that gold tone is such a light color. There we go. So there are backs, and then I'm going to clean these also. Cute, cute. So these are number 10. And let's just do those for $3. They're really cute. That enamel is nice and smooth and glossy. Number 10, $3. And the last piece in this bag looks like a little seahorse mood ring. It is adjustable, silver tone, and there's the copper all showing through all around the band. But if you like a little, I don't know, a little bit more of a rustic look, you might enjoy that. I think I'm just going to put this in the little kids lot. And then that's the first bag. So let's go through the second one. Okay. We have little beads encrusted on this, feels like felt. little felt band. Looks like some little turquoise chips and rhinestones with some chain bordering each edge. And then you have 2 sizes. So that's cute. The largest size of this is about a 7 1/4, almost 7 1/2. The smaller size that we'll go to is about a 6 1/2 to 6 3/4. And actually, I think I'll just go ahead and put that in the craft lot also. Okay, this is plunder. Haven't seen a plunder piece in a while. And this one's interesting. It's all leather with a football. Let's see, it looks like these are supposed to go underneath the football like that. So that's sort of a little rugged looking bracelet. I don't know if it's a men's bracelet or just supposed to be a rugged looking women's. You have 3 sizes. The largest is about an 8 1/4 to 8 1/2. The smallest is about a 6 1/4 to 6 1/2. And there's your plunder logo right there. And this is genuine leather. And this is not a snap. This does not come off. That's a rivet holding that in place. And it looks like the hardware is brass, and then the football here looks like copper. And I will clean that. The football needs some cleaning. I'll clean that as well as I can without damaging the leather. But that does need some cleaning. And we'll do this one for, let's see, that's going to be number 11 for us. We'll just do that one for $4. And again, this is just some schmutz right here, and I'll clean that off the best I can, and try my best to not damage the leather. This one's kind of big for the opening of that bag also. There we go. Okay. It looks like I may end up with enough time to do some of my upcycles. So this is a gunmetal bracelet with these dark red, very dark red rhinestones. Sort of memory bracelet. Let's get this. It's sort of wrapped over on itself. Let me see if I can get that worked out. There we go. So there it is. It's really sparkly, really dark red. This is a nice, it'll be nice for Halloween, I guess, or nice for this time of year for fall and going into winter. It's a 7 to 7 1/4, but you do have a little bit of adjustability because it's a coil. But the type of coil it is, I don't know if that will limit how much it'll adjust, but at least about a 7 1/4 you can get on that one. And we'll do the red rhinestones. Let's see, that's going to be number 12. We'll just do those for $2. And that's gunmetal on the back, which looks to be in really nice condition. I'm eyeballing that craft lot that I set aside that Marilyn so kindly sent, because I don't remember ordering the craft lot. I think she gifted me that. So pretty excited about it. Okay, here's a critter pin. It's a little donkey with green rhinestone eye and green rhinestone ears, and I do not see a maker's mark. He's about a little less than an inch from nose to rump, and about an inch from ear to hoof. There is some tone loss right here on the top of his ear. So I'll just go ahead and put him in the craft lot. Let's see what this is. Marilyn gets blue boxes also, so I wouldn't be surprised if a good many of these pieces probably came from blue boxes. So we have black enamel on gold tone, this pretty filigree design. This medallion is just over an inch across, and this one is exactly about an inch across, and this one is about 3/4 of an inch across. I do not see any kind of maker's mark. There's a little bit of tone loss. You can see right here on the lobster clasp. The necklace overall, this is a good layering necklace. The necklace overall is about a 16.5 inch drop. And this is how it goes. This is the back. And then as you go down, you have these medallions first. And then ones that are a little bit bigger that are open. And then you have the ones with the black enamel, and they have the open work on those as well. And then you continue to come down. Have two more of those smaller ones, and then that's it. So there that piece is. And that's really pretty for layering, and it will get a bath. It needs one. And we're just going to do this one for $2. That'll be number 13. Here's a ring that's pretty sizable. So it's got a glittery stone underneath some acrylic. It's a light washed gold tone, and there's some tone loss. I'll clean that up, and we'll do this one. I'll put this actually in that kids / craft lot also. It's a size about 7. So that'll just go in the kids' lot. This is, I forgot what you call these, little tiny beads, little flat pancake beads, but they're made of shell. And I'll also put that in the kids' lot. Barrel clasp, which seems to be in good working order. Shades of gray, tan, ivory. Really like those. This is pretty, very colorful. Let's see, I don't see a maker's mark. Looks like a brass tone. And it's glass? Yeah, these are glass beads. The beads are really pretty. These greens, blues, purples, lime green, this sort of aquamarine colored green, a darker Kelly green right there. This looks like, what do you call the clay? Polymer clay. That's what that one looks like. But I love the colors on that. They're just really pretty. And they're all glass and polymer, it looks like. The length on it, again, this is another good layering piece, especially if you like all the colors. It's 17 inches. There's also these in between, these little pieces. There's only, I think, a couple or so of those, and like a few of these little wooden beads also. So this is an interesting piece. It has some pretty colors in it. It's a nice boho layering piece. We'll just do that one for $1. And it's number 14. Okay. This looks like belly dancing jewelry. I mean, not that I'm an authority on that, but I guess that's just what I call it. Things that sort of make these noises when they, these chimes when they move around. I'm trying to get it untangled off of itself. There we go. Okay. So this is a statement, definitely. So here are all of these little elements. You know, these things that hang down with these little, I don't know, chimes or something at the bottom. That's what was making, if you could hear that tinkling sound, that's what was making that sound. And some of these little spring things are a little bent, like right there, you can see that one's a little curved. And then they all hang from this sort of coil. And then there's another coil with these little black chips hanging down. And I don't know, I think this is a stone of some kind. Yeah, that is a stone. I don't know what that is. But everything's sort of all wired together. It all articulates and moves separately from each other. And then it's all suspended from this chain with a spring ring closure. Let me close that up so I can give you a length on it. I'll let you hear that sound in just a minute. Okay, so it's an 8.5 inch drop from the back of the necklace down to the top of this stone. And then from the top of the stone to the bottom of the whole pendant, 4.5 inches. And here's the sound. So I think I can straighten out that one that's a little curved right there. I believe I can straighten that out. But meanwhile, I'm going to turn on the Presidium. But if this is like an onyx or obsidian, it's not going to, it'll show up in glass. So it won't really be very telling. Potentially won't be very telling. So while I'm waiting for that to come on, well, I was going to move on to the next thing, but I'd kind of rather not. I'll go ahead and bring the Gemi up here. It actually is already ready to calibrate. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, moving up into glass, but you know, like I said, obsidian and onyx both register in glass on gem testers. This is going a touch past glass into garnet tourmaline iolite. So yeah, it is a stone, and I would venture to say that it is most likely most likely onyx is what I was going to say, but it's got this sort of grayish streak through it. I don't know if that's coming across on camera. That streak right there. I've never seen onyx with a gray streak in it, so if you're aware of anything like that, please educate me. I would love to know. I think I'm going to research this one some more. That's an interesting piece. Okay, so here is a stretch bracelet, which doesn't really show much wear. It has been worn. It's not new. It's got this filigree design on these panels with little silver tone beads in between each one. It has the black down inside. Oh, there is a little bit of wear right there. Or I wonder if that's just dirt. Yeah, that's just dirt. Okay, so I've got the stretchy bracelet. Let's get a size on it. It's about a 7, and we will do it for $1, and that'll be number 15. Can't wait to see what I can find out about that necklace. I'll try to Google Lens it when I'm done showing these pieces. Here's a cruise ship. Very light surface scratching on it. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rhinestones and no maker's mark. About 2.5 inches long and about 1/2 to 3/4 inch tall. And we'll do that one also for $1. The gold tone looks really great on it. It just has very, very light surface scratching. Number 16. And what did I say? $1? That sounds good. There we go. Okay, this is purple cord, which will have to go. It's seen better days, and it's beyond fixing. But we have this glass, these glass beads of all different colors, which will all become new things. This bead is broken right here. Right there. So yeah, I'm going to craft this out, but these are really great beads. Those are going to be something good. Okay. Here is a Charming Charlie, which is a little tangled, not too bad. Okay, that's a sweet little hammered pendant, hammered gold tone. So let's see, it goes like this. Like that. Have these stations here, which are, they look like glass. yes, these are glass faceted little beads that are stations, and then you have another one right in the center of this hoop. And the hoop has a hammered finish, and these little teardrops do too. And it looks the same on the back. And then this light gold tone chain. It needs washing, so I'll definitely put that in the ultrasonic cleaner. There's not an extender on it, and the drop is 13 inches. And the pendant from the top of the hoop to the bottom of the teardrop is 1.5 inches. So let's give you a close-up look at the pendant and these beads, very sparkly. My ring's turned around. There's how that looks. That's nice and dainty. That's going to be number 17. And we'll do the Charming Charlie number 17. We'll do that for 4. There we go. Okay, 18. These are acrylic beads. They could use some cleaning. They are vintage, I believe, just from the look of things. They need a bath. And here are the beads. You have these little cube-shaped ones and then the longer ones, just alternating, and that's just schmutz. I can clean that off. With silver tone little beads in between each one. A spring ring closure that appears to be brass, I think. And again, not an extender on this one. And the drop is 14.5 inches. And it's just alternating these beads. The little cube ones and then the longer ones with the silver tones, little silver tone tiny ones in between. Number 18, this will be for $1. Here we go. Okay, and then number 19, this is broken, so this leather cord will have to go. I'll go ahead and take that off right now. And I will definitely craft with this piece of art glass. So gold swirls and blue swirls on a white background. It's all glass in the shape of a flower that's about 2 inches across, just shy of 2 inches. And I'm not sure what that'll be, but I'll be making something with that. Okay, that is everything from the 2 lots. I'm going to do the craft lot separately. That came out of the same package. I'm going to do this separately. Maybe the same time I do the one from Jeanette. So I'm going to now grab out just a random handful of things that I have upcycled. Some you may have seen before, and some maybe not. If you're newer to the channel, you might not have seen them, but there's some that I've just recently made, and some that are just hanging around from previous sales. Oh, and some of these are not upcycles at all, but just things I had lying around. Okay, I'll just go. All right, first, this is something I had that I haven't shown yet. It's this Chico's, and these are around, I think, $35 or so is what they're going for on eBay. This is huge. It's about 3 inches across. Black acrylic, and I think that's a koi fish. I'm not really sure what that design is in the middle. It has very much an Asian kind of feel to it. Then you have these beads, which are ceramic, I believe. And these may be acrylic. These gold tone ones I think are acrylic. But then these orange and red speckled ones are really nice looking beads, and they feel like ceramic. And then you come up to these glass beads up at the top, maybe onyx or obsidian. This really large brass lobster clasp. And then this is a special edition Chico's, this really big hang tag. They're 35 years bold collection. So this is like a commemorative collection for when Chico's had been around for 35 years. The drop is 14 inches, and then the extender gives you another about 4.5 inches. These go for around $30. Not this particular design necessarily. I didn't find this exact design, but I found several of the 35 years bold things from that collection, and they're around $30 is what they're going for. So I'm going to offer this one up here for $15, and it's going to be number 19. I should have given myself some room inside this light box. Number 19 for $15. This is a gorgeous necklace. It's beautiful. And it's commemorative, so it's a collector's piece. If you are a fan of Chico's, and something like this would be a special addition to your collection, then you'll be able to get it at a deal here. I'm having a hard time zipping up that bag, so I'm not going to make you wait through that. Here is a purse charm I made from a Stella and Dot necklace that was broken. Actually, the necklace was broken, and then some of the rhinestones had come out, but I still had them, so I was able to reattach them. And I used a little bit of chain from the necklace and made a key ring purse charm. Can I back out a little bit? Am I just up too close? There we go. The length on it overall is just under 6 inches, and just the charm part is about 4 inches. And it's brass lobster clasp, brass key ring, brass chain, and then here's your Stella and Dot branding right there. Couldn't get rid of that because, of course, Stella and Dot did not design this key ring purse charm. They just designed the necklace that this pendant was on, and then they designed the pendant itself. But you have colors of smoky, sort of topaz, rhinestones, pink and orange, all the colors of the sunset. But there it is, gorgeous little purse charm, and we will do that one for $10. For 10. I really enjoy doing purse charms lately. I'm getting lots of good feedback on those. Okay, here is, okay, here's a heart necklace. I did not upcycle this one. This one was a find when I was going through an old jewelry collection. So it's layered and it needs a bath. We have a larger heart and smaller heart on this silver tone chain, which alternates with these little ovals and hoops. There it is, all the way down, and it has spring ring closure. Let me give you a measurement on that. I'll have to take it out of the light box. So the drop measurement without the extender for the longer layer is 13 inches. For the shorter layer is 10 inches. And then you have 3-inch extender. But here's the chain. Just alternating with these ovals and hoops. Some of them are textured and some are smooth. And then the smaller heart is on the 10-inch layer, and the larger heart's on the 13-inch layer. And you can see some light surface scratching on it, but otherwise it's in great condition and there's no tone loss. This is, well, I need to write on the bag first, right? Number 21. And we'll do this one for $3. It's really cute. If you like heart jewelry, this is really cute. And like no tone loss at all. It looks new except for the very light surface scratching on it. Okay, number 22 is, oh, this is a newer purse charm I've made also. I made this with some of the same beads that went on a necklace that I hand knotted recently. This is a purse charm, and it has these gemstone beads, a little bit of a beaded sort of tassel right there, and then a little cameo. This is just an acrylic cameo, acrylic cameo on a gold tone, and it was an earring. I bent around the post, put a little bit of jeweler's glue right there just to reinforce the end of the post, and bent it around like that to make a loop to hang it onto the end of the chain. And I made the chain by looping together these gemstone beads with bead caps, little gold tone beads, and wires. And so here is the overall look. Oops, wrong way. For this purse charm, and it has this kind of clasp. And there it is. Oops, there it is. The length overall is about 5.5 inches. The longer strand right here is just over 3.5, and the shorter one is just over 2.5. And this one is going to be number 22. And it will be $10. Handmade purse charm. Actually, there's something I really wanted to show, but I don't see it here among the stuff that I've pulled out. Let me pause and look for that. Okay, I found it, and it's right here. I've been learning hand knotting, and I'm making progress with it. I'm very pleased with my latest result, which is right here. Let me leave some things out of the way for you. This is pearls, genuine pearls, freshwater, and I just hung this little thing on there. But it's freshwater pearls alternating this peacock color, the little rice pearls, with these white more rounded ones. And you can see the hand knotting there in between. I hand knotted all of those myself. Put the crimps on the ends with the caps. And silver tone hardware here. And then I guess maybe that's my hang tag. I don't know. Well, it's not mine. It's just something that I bought at the craft supply and just decided to hang there. It was actually a bead cap that I flattened out to put at the end so I could just give it a finished look. The drop on this is 10 inches and the extender is another 1 inch. And there are all the colors on it. Sort of a slate blue, a darker sort of slate violet, a little bit of a greenish cast, just the peacock colors, the pearl peacock colors. But these are not peacock pearls. These are most likely dyed that color. But they're just alternating the smaller ones that are that color in between the white ones that are a little bit larger. And I was very pleased with how that one turned out. And this one is number 23. And this one is $15. It took me some time to get where my knots were tight enough and they were close enough up against each one of the beads. And then you have to have the right width of thread and everything. So it's a skill, I guess. So I'm going to show you a few more. Let's see, I've got another necklace here and then some earrings and some purse charms, and then we'll just wrap it up after that. This is cute. This is a strawberry locket that came off, I don't even remember what it came off of. And then I harvested this chain off of a necklace. And those were in my supplies for a long time, and then I just decided to put them together. The tones are not identical on the strawberry and the chain, but to me they're close enough and they still look cute. I like how I totally rearranged how this chain was. It was kind of weird. It had another lobster clasp hanging off this ring, and I took that off and just made that the center of the necklace. And the strawberry is actually a locket. And there's the detail on that. And it's about 1 inch across and 1 inch down. And this is what it looks like. It's on a Rolo chain. And there that is. I think that's really cute. So let me know what you think about the tones not being precise. To me, that's just part of the beauty of upcycling things. They're not going to be identical because they weren't necessarily made to go together. Let's see, number 24 this is, and we're going to do this one for $5. That one took some finagling. It has a little bit of weight to it also. Number 24, the strawberry locket. Number 25. This is made from, or these earrings are made from parts of a necklace, actually, that I got in the last Craft Lot special assignment from Pat Garza. These little loops came off of a necklace, and I made them into earrings. I added these links that I had from another chain, and then added rings, and then put the little hoop that you see here is the only part that came from that necklace. I harvested the rings from other places and these links from other places, or from other items, I should say, and then added the earring hooks. So let's get out the silicone ear. That one necklace that these came from provided so many elements. Okay, that's what this looks like on. I think those look really cute. And then let's give you some measurements, or a measurement. From the top of the hook to the bottom of the little hoop is about just under 2 inches. And those, see if I can get that straightened out to give you a better look. There we go. So these are number 25. And we're going to do those for $3. They're lightweight. These are very light. So for somebody who wants to wear larger earrings but you don't like weight, this would be a good option for you, because these are almost, light as air. They're very light. And these little things came off of the same necklace. These little beads right here that are about just over a ½ inch across. So I added bead caps to the top and bottom. Then I wired them and made a loop at the top, and then wired this is crystal, and looped it at the top and bottom to attach it to the bead, and then put the earring hook on that. So let's show you what those look like. I really like how those turned out. Very cute. And they're danglies. You can't really, I have to hold it up so you can't really see how they dangle, but they are cute. And these are number 26. And we'll do those also for $3. Okay, and the same goes for my craft pieces. The prices I quote here are about half of what I'm going to list them for on eBay, because I also list my craft pieces on eBay. This came from a necklace, this little pendant right here. And then these two links came from the same necklace that the links came from for these earrings right there. I just took these two links and got a ring and these little dice charms. And I need to clean this again. And then we have these little card suits here on this charm that used to be on a necklace. And then I put that all together into a purse charm. And it looks kind of small as I'm looking at it on screen. It's 1.25 inches across. And then on the suits right there. But the overall length of the whole charm from the top of the clasp to the bottom of the charm itself is about 4 inches. And then you have the little dice hanging off just above the charm. I really enjoyed making that one. It was kind of tough getting that charm off of the necklace that it came on. Let's see, this is number 27. And it's going to be 10. On eBay, I list my charms depending on the level of difficulty it was to make it. and how much extra material I had to put into it is how I priced those. And they go from, they start at 12 and go up to 18. I think I've had one that actually listed for 20 just because of the amount of time that I was spending on it and the elements that went into it. This one is really cute and feminine. I really like this one. Okay, let me give you the overall peek at it first. So here's this purse charm. The overall length, since I have it laid out, is just under 6 inches long. So you have your clasp right here, and it's a swivel clasp. Okay, this was an earring, and it was a single. And again, like the last one I showed you, I bent the post around, reinforced the base of the post with a little extra jeweler's glue to just help reinforce that, and then hung it onto the front of this little filigree, which was also a single necklace, a single earring, I mean. So I hung this on the front of that, so it has this effect here. And then this originally did not have anything hanging off of it. It was an earring that looked, just like this. So now I've bent around the post on this one and hung it on the front. And then I also wired some beads. I already had these beads. So I wired those and hung them off the bottom. And this was a single earring. And I took it off of the hook it was on. It was from Express. I took it off the earring that it was on and hung it on here. And it had a little tassel or something off the bottom. And I just made another one, of these with these colors of beads and hung it off the bottom of that. So there's this pretty floral motif. I echo the pink and the green and the white from up here down onto these beads. And I think, yeah, that's acrylic right there. But that is it. A lot of work went into that one, but I really enjoyed this one. And I really like the look of it just being so sweet and delicate. There we go. So this one is number 28. And it's going to be 10. The purse charms are, I guess, about the only thing that I don't list at half. I list them a little more than half of what I'm going to list it for on eBay. Okay, here is the next to the last piece. This is a purse charm. This R came from a craft lot. Oh gosh, I think from, actually I don't really remember where that R came from. I think it came from that very first assignment I ever got from Pat. But then this is some J. Crew chain right here. And then I got a large clasp to go with it. And then here's a key ring attached to it as well. And these charms came from various things. I have a box where I collect and organize and store charms. And all of these I just pulled out of that box and hung them on here. And then the R that I got from that craft lot, which I think this was from the first special assignment that I got from Pat. So there we are, a key ring, and the charms are this little lock with a heart, and then the key with a heart at the top of it. These are all brass tone except for these three little pieces here, which I thought gave it a little bit more depth, I guess, to throw another color in there. This little textured hoop, this scroll work little copper heart, and then just this little copper colored bead with texture on it. And then the R hanging at the very bottom, little brass R. Here are all the charms up close. There's the little lock and the key that goes with it. And then here's the little copper hoop the filigree, or not filigree necessarily, but scroll work, little puffy heart, and the little bead, all in copper. And then the brass R right here. And the R itself, it's kind of big. It's about 1.5 inches. This purse charm overall, from the top of the clasp to the bottom of the R, is 5 inches. And then from the bottom of the clasp to the bottom of the R is 4 inches. And there we go. And we will do this one for $10. And it's number 29. Okay, and I did not plan this out at all, but I think it's pretty nice. I have one more piece, so we'll have an even 30 to round out this video. Okay, number 30 is one that I've actually shown before, but I've added a little bit to it. So this is a purse charm that has this effect. Okay, it has 2 hooks. So you hook one side of it on one side of your bag. The other side hooks to the other side of your bag. And then it's made to hang things in between. And what inspired this idea is these wings right here. So I put them on there and thought, well, this would be great to maybe remember someone. And you could just hang little things, like turn them into charms and hang them on the chain. So this is hanging on each side of your bag, like by each handle or something like that. And then this chain hangs between, and hanging off of here, you could put little charms that remind you of someone. And then I thought, wouldn't it be neat if there was actually a place to put a photo of that person? And so I went and got this and added it to the charm. So this is the effect, is it would hang like this on your bag. This is not going to stay. This is just there so I can make it whatever length someone needs. I can adjust the length for whoever buys it. But this is it. It hangs from this side. The wings hang straight down. Then you have this little sort of drape right here where you can hang things that remind you of your person, and a photo of your person goes right here. And then this little tail of chain will be gone after someone buys it and they tell me how wide they want this to be. I'll move this charm to like wherever it needs to be for the correct measurement, and then I'll take off the leftover so it won't just be hanging down. But that is the inspiration and the design of this one. And I just really thought that was a sweet little way to remember somebody. To have a photo of them, you've got the angel wings, and then if you choose to hang other things here that remind you of your person, you can do that. And then you hang it on each end of your bag. So that is the idea there. And there's a way to put the photo in here. This ring actually has to be opened up, so you can, slide out the little thing that says photo frame. You can slide that out and replace that with your picture, and then you would put the ring back on. So I'll work out with whoever buys it how we can get your picture in there, whether it's me sending you the directions and all that. You will need the pliers to do it. So if you don't have the pliers, maybe you can get your picture to me and I'll do it for you or something. We'll work that out. But I really thought this was a really nice idea. And it was all inspired by these angel wings right here. So this is, as I mentioned, number 30. And this one is actually higher, like I said, because I had to put the extra money into getting the frame. And then it has 2 hooks on it. And it took some handiwork, because this is some pretty stiff chain. So it's harder to open that up to add things to it. So anyway, that's why this one's going to be a little bit higher. And this one is actually going to be $15. If I list it on eBay, it's going to be $25. So this is the best place to get the best price. Like right here on the video is the best place to get the best price on this. And let me know what you think of that idea. I have shown this one before, but when I showed it the first time, I didn't have the frame on it because I had not had that idea yet. But there we go, number 30 for $15. And that's everything for this video. I really appreciate the time that you spent with me. I appreciate all of my viewers and subscribers. And if you enjoyed this content, if you would please give me a like and a subscribe and share it out to someone else who you think might also enjoy it. And leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.